We keep hearing over and over again that Buffalo is on the move, a city that really is seeing its resurgence happening, especially here at Canalside.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the jackhammers.
Right.
I remember when I was a kid, this place was nothing. It was a landfill basically behind the odd, and look at it now. And in fact, there's a whole new generation just chomping at the bit to make a difference in Buffalo and Western New York.
Hello, I'm Claudine Ewing. Welcome to commUNITY.
And I'm Pete Gallivan. This month we are highlighting a whole group of young people who aren't waiting for the future. They're making a difference right now.
Including 3 members of the Buffalo Police Department who grew up here and want to make a difference, and they're doing it.
We found love where we are.
You know them as the Singing Cops, but they are founders of a not-for-profit that singing has allowed them to gain attention locally and nationally.
And we think what you're doing is a lot of good in that community, so we want to give your foundation a check for $10,000.
Cops, children overcoming police stereotypes through sports.
If you follow your heart and do the right thing by people, a lot of people will notice it.
And on a spring day after school at a Buffalo Community Center, officers Mo Badger and Michael Norwood were hanging out with the kids.
He's a YouTuber.
Oh, he's a YouTuber. Did he play Fortnite?
And of course, they got the officers to dance.
Hey, hey, hey.
And sing.
1, 2, 3, and Candy Girl, you are my world. You look so sweet. Come on.
Connecting.
Not only are we police officers to you guys, but we're big brothers to you, okay? And if you guys ever see us, anything you need from us, you let us know, okay? We are here for y'all. That's why we do what we do. This is for y'all. And this is why we have our program called COPS. And it's children overcoming police stereotypes through sports.
One of their upcoming programs is called a Fourth Quarter Forum, symposiums in several Buffalo high schools.
We're going to bring all of the students down to the auditoriums, okay? And we're going to have a panel on stage of our white shirts, sometimes commissioners, captains, as well as other police officers. And pretty much it creates dialogue between the police officers and the students.
And they will expect the unexpected.
We get some real touchy issues that we deal with, and the commissioners answering, the captains are answering. So this is like, you know, people that they would never expect to even be able to talk to, now they're having dialogue with.
Just to be bold about it, it's crime scenes and incidents like this that these officers hope the COPS program will help reduce.
Kids have come up to us already and said, you know what, man, I thought about y'all, man. I wind up not doing it because I knew, you know, basically y'all would be disappointed. You know, we've already heard that. And there's countless people, I mean, literally countless now that are coming up to us saying, yo, I'm taking the police exam because of you guys.
The kids will play the police basketball team.
Oh, man, it's amazing.
Can he ball?
Yeah, he's our point guard.
Can he ball?
Yeah, he can ball.
Ask your nephew. He took a lot of L's to me over his years. But, you know, I mean, that and just to see, you know, I mean, literally, the gym is full because the faculty, every student is there.
But why? Why are these officers and a lieutenant all about this program?
We've seen how sports helped us. I mean, right in this court right here, I remember officers like Officer Floyd playing basketball with me, and it made me see, you know, police in a different light.
Events to come include a June 29th police versus fire basketball game and a celebrity game. Any musicians?
We got some musicians, definitely.
Any actors?
Definitely
We
actors.
definitely have actors coming.
A-list actors that are, you know, and you see them every day on.
Can't you tell us something?
You know what we wanted
Okay,
to get.
one of them is on, if you watch If Loving You Is Wrong.
July 12th, Friday nights, under the lights at All High Stadium.
4 flag football games. You have Buffalo Police versus Buffalo Fire. You have the Oak Room versus Soho All-Star Team. So you have the 2 biggest bars. Then we have a Signature Cuts versus Styles Dominion, 2 biggest barbershops. And then we're probably going to try to get a ladies game in as well. You can't forget about the ladies.
For now, it's connecting with the future and making a difference.
Candy girl,
Sing it.
you are my world.
You're so sweet.
You are so sweet.
Special treat.
Special treat.
Candy girl.
Candy girl.
You are my world.
You are my world.
Look so sweet.
You are so sweet.
You
have to give back. I think that's something that's integrated within our West New York spirit, as well as me personally.
This Buffalo native is making moves so young people can have a say in the Queen City's future now. We introduce you to Kendra Brim next on Community.
The Buffalo Urban League has been advocating for the people of Buffalo since 1927.
Making a difference for nearly a century now in Western New York. And now there's a renewed effort on young people and building for the future. Right now, we're going to introduce you to Kendra Brim. She's the president of the Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals. Kendra is a woman who wears a lot of hats.
I currently work for Blue Cross and Blue Shield as a project manager. Been there for about 8 years. But then also, too, volunteer work is very important for me.
And then some. Kendra also works with the National Black MBA Association, William Emsley YMCA, the Narden Academy Alumni Council, and the America Executive Leadership Council.
So I definitely stay busy, but I like doing the things that I do.
And she is also the president of the Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals, trying to help develop the leaders of tomorrow.
We focus on ages 21 to 40 here in Buffalo, and we do so many things in the community, from education forums, resume writing workshops, education conferences. We just wrapped up in February our Black Restaurant Week, which is seeking to empower a lot of Black-owned businesses here in Buffalo.
She attributes her leadership and organizational skills in part to her years as a student athlete, first at Narden and then as a scholarship basketball player at Colgate.
You have to think about time management, you have to think about communication skills, teamwork, all of those things play into it. So when I graduated, you don't realize that a lot of those transferable skills go into life. So organizing a board, being a part of a board, being a president of the Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals, you have to think about teamwork, communication. You have to think about emotional intelligence, things like that. You know, you're on the court, you're constantly screaming at one of your players or one of your teammates, but then you also have to think about the other side, that they're human, right? So the emotional intelligence come into play. So all of those transferable skills that you use in sports will definitely go into the real world.
And when you're 5 minutes late, does your boss say, get on the end line?
No.
We're running.
No, but if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time, right?
That's right. Those skills were just added to a strong foundation of benevolence, which was built by the example set by several people, most notably her parents. The city of good neighbors is more than just a slogan.
Yes. Like I said, someone gave back to me. And it's more than one person: my mother, my father, my grandmother, Mrs. McDuffie, my boss, whoever it is, people gave back to me, so I need to give back to them. And that's the most rewarding aspect, because I don't believe that being, especially here in Western New York, you have to get involved. I don't believe that you can just sit down and not do anything, because everyone says Western New York is one big living room, right? So you can have different connections and talk to different people, but you have to give back. I think that's something that's integrated within our West New York spirit, as well as me personally.
Putting on quality events, and let's continue to create a platform for artists and musicians here in the area where they can showcase and gain new fans and gain more support behind the community. It means a lot to know that the community is really behind this and that the artists are coming from this community.
This millennial is giving local artists a chance to shine. His mission to give Buffalo's young talent a platform. Next on Community.
You know, there is nothing like live music at the waterfront.
Love it.
And that's why the Canal Side Concert Series is such a huge draw. But this summer, there is another big event just down the Buffalo River, around the bend at Silo City.
Exactly. A Sweet Home graduate really upped his game when it comes to event planning. He's behind the whole arts and beats craze that's now happening here in Buffalo. It's called BoFlo.
Hi, I would like to welcome all of you to join us.
Lindsey Taylor, a millennial, making moves in Buffalo. He's the founder of BoFlo, Music and Arts, an organization that puts on an annual music festival every summer in Buffalo. It's been held at Silo City on the Buffalo River. It's all about building on the resurgence of Buffalo.
So it's a great platform for local artists here in the area, musicians, artists, poets, activists, community leaders, all to kind of come together.
Because together, Taylor believes they can bridge a gap. His vision came together a few years ago.
We need to have a festival that really celebrates our artists here in Buffalo and kind of give them a platform, either from Buffalo, in Buffalo, just to give us a platform. And what it does each year, we're bridging the gap.
And talk about diversity.
We have all genres of music, from hip hop to R&B to EDM to country to Afro beats to alternative music to punk rock. All is featured at our festival. As we know, Buffalo's a very diverse city, so we want to bring that and have that melting pot right there as a platform for all artists. We have a foundation that curates music arts programs for inner city youth here in Buffalo, 5 to 18.
Lindsey Taylor's work has already been recognized. He's received the Changemakers 30 Under 30 Award, Buffalo Urban League Entrepreneurship Award, and the Emerging Philanthropist of Color. And he's only 31.
It's that 30 generation now that's taking Buffalo now by storm. Like, we got to get this moving.
Right. So it's actually research, as you know, Buffalo's a very historic city, just in the South, but also with music and arts. But we have a great resurgence of artists and musicians that are coming up in this generation that are all across the nation, that are national recording artists, that are emerging artists. I don't like to call them local, emerging artists and national artists that are really hitting the scene, from people like Vinzella Joy, Zuri.
This summer, the third annual Buffalo Music and Arts Festival will be held on Sunday, August 25th.
We have 3 performance stages that will feature over 30 musicians, all genres of music. We'll have over 25 art exhibits. We'll have our infamous silent disco. We'll have food trucks, vendors, all local. And that's all encompassed. We'll even have a next generation stage for youth artists between the ages of 5 to 15.
Monthly arts and beats shows are at the Imagine Event Center in Buffalo.
Love, I spread it out with my thoughts and my soul can be bought still with my 48. Build with my bros and my neighbors.
So we have 3 to 4 performers. We have an artist. We have a DJ. We have a local food truck that comes out.
Recently, Vinzella Joy, Beyonce's drummer, performed. Buffalo Music and Arts will be hosting its inaugural charity gala entitled Sneaker Ball on Saturday, May 18th at the Colored Musicians Club. Proceeds benefit Buffalo Music and Arts Foundation. In July, be on the lookout for bluegrass and country music. Wondering about the name Buffalo? It means beautiful river. And it has been said that it's what Buffalo was referred to because of its rivers and waterways. Buffalo.
Putting on quality events, and let's continue to create a platform for artists and musicians here in the area where they can showcase and gain new fans and gain more support behind the communities. It means a lot to know that the community is really behind this and that the artists are coming from this community.
UV basketball player Ierra Dillard is a star, but believe it or not, she almost gave up on her dreams of making it to the WNBA.
She said, you have a dream, don't give up on it. No dream has an age limit. You can continue on, and came to Buffalo and I continue it.
Her message of not letting anything hold you back when commUNITY returns.
Welcome back to commUNITY. Well, last month we introduced you to UB coach Felicia Leggett-Jack, but this month it's about younger people doing extraordinary things. So
It's about Pete getting schooled on the court by Ierra Dillard, who's going to the WNBA.
I'm playing her?
Watch. Can you school Pete on the court?
You want me to school him?
Because I come from a family of hoops, so
Oh,
I
man.
get schooled all the time. School him.
Oh, man.
No, we can't go on. All right.
You gonna let her set you up like that, Pete? I don't want to school you so bad.
Come on, break my ankles.
Break your ankles?
Game on.
Oh, I missed. Hey, good shot.
Well, I held her scoreless for 35 seconds.
35 seconds. Hey, you got some good defense. I like it. I like it. You might be RED. Hey.
She's heading to the WNBA, drafted by the Minnesota Lynx.
When it popped up and they said you're going to Minnesota, I just couldn't help but laugh and smile, because honestly, just everything that I've gone through, all the struggles and all the obstacles I've overcome, just to see my name pop up and only 36 people see that. There's a lot of people that, you know, told me that I wasn't gonna make it through high school, wasn't gonna make it through college, in WNBA was a dream, and told me that, you know, you're too slow, you don't have the right body frame, you don't have the right play, you're one-dimensional.
Any nerves?
Of course, I'm a human being. I think nerves and scaredness gets confused. I'm not scared. I'm very confident in my skill set. I'm very confident in how Coach Jack prepared me.
Was it always a dream, but did you think that dream would come true?
It was always a dream. When I was 5 years old, I wrote a book, and my mom holds on it, and she brings it to every game. My dream job was playing in the WNBA. It was definitely my dream since I was 5 years old.
My dream was to be Ernie D.
Ooh.
But as you can see, my dream quickly went over to be to Gilles Perreault.
Form shooting, you know, you get it over the rim.
And she's a bright spark for Western New York.
What's your why to why you want to be successful? My why is my mother. I want to get her out. I want to get her home. I want to get her everything she wants. I've been through the poverty. I've been through, you know, the inner city of Rochester, and I've been through the inner city of Buffalo. You can bring success back to the city that you're from.
Along her journey, while majoring in sociology and broadcasting, was playing for the UB Bulls.
Coach Jack was one of the main reasons why I came back. The last game was really surreal. Coming back on this court with the last game was unbelievable, and just to see how much, you know, love and support Buffalo had for me was amazing.
Bright lights in big city. People don't think of the Queen City when it comes to that.
I mean, it's a sports city. I think it's one of the best sports cities in the country. No matter how good or bad their teams are doing, they always love and support their sports, and I love that. You know, I'm a sports fan, and I think what made me such a good basketball player is being a sports fan at first. I wanted to have that feel, or give that feel to the audience that I felt when I was a kid, when I was watching, you know, my brothers, if I was watching LeBron or Candace Parker, and I was the oh and wow moments. I wanted to do that for other people, and I wanted to do that for the younger generation.
The number of oohs and ahs you brought to this gym, did you think you were going to have this kind of an impact when you came here?
Not really, actually, not really. I just wanted to do what my team needed me to do to help to get the W. I definitely hope for jersey retirement. I just want to bring encouragement to the young generation.
Well, that was something watching you on the court with Sierra Dillard.
That's one way of putting it. I think I hurt myself. But good luck, Sierra. Big season ahead of her rookie season with the Minnesota Lynx. And the games start a little later in May. And we'll be keeping up to date with her career every step of the way.
Absolutely, we will. And we are so excited on Community to bring you good stories of cops who are trying to do the right thing for the city of Buffalo, a new music and arts festival that's going to be coming here this summer, as well as a young urban professional doing the right thing.
Yeah, so we want to hear your story as well. You can reach out to Claudine or myself via social media or at WGRZ.com. But until next time on Community, thanks for watching.